Today was reusable red cup day, and we went to Starbucks and waited in a really long line to get our reusable red cup.
I've always wanted to do that. So what are our favorite video games? That's a great question. We're going to rank them 1 to 3 and give you also our personal favorites that we play by ourselves.
Our number 3 favorite that we like to play together. We really like to play Sea of Thieves. One of the reasons being it's actually a game that we like to play with some of our friends. Unfortunately, you can only have up to 4 players. It's a lot of fun because there are so many different things that you can do. There's so many quests. You can go, digging for treasure. It's fun to, pretend you're a pirate for a little bit.
It's surprisingly, it's a game without any real objective other than develop gold so that you can buy different paraphernalia for your character. There's not a lot of storyline built into it. There's little quest lines, little things here and there. But there's not really a air quote-unquote point to the game. Though my favorite thing has got to be blowing up boats. You could launch yourself out of cannons. There's something just peaceful and relaxing about sailing on the high seas.
It really is a very relaxing game. The only time it's not relaxing is whenever there's another player on the game and it's an enemy ship.
There's some people on that game that are incredibly good at player versus player. And we're not. But, that's Sea of Thieves for us. So, number 2, what I would consider our second favorite style of game is more like RPG. How would I say this? Player versus NPC battle games. So, you're talking Diablo, you're talking Minecraft Dungeons.
Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance. Now, Diablo is a game we played a long time, but we haven't played it for a little while. But the one that we found that's kind of a similar one is Minecraft Dungeons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little similar. That was actually the first one that we played together, and you were the one that told me, since I liked Minecraft Dungeons, I would really like Diablo. And that was what really got us into playing more of those games. But it's there's a little bit of a storyline that you can follow. The storyline isn't super important to the actual gameplay, and it's just I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I always like to be the type of character that actually goes into the middle of battle and kicks everyone's butt.
I always find her surrounded by all these creatures and she's just destroying them, and she loves that. I can't.
I die a lot, but that's okay.
Added aspect is we can play with some other friends on it as well, but it's a lot of fun when you get to team up as a couple and just take on all the bad guys and slaughter them all. It's great.
Why do video games only make it so that you can have 4 people?
Hannah, you have a specific genre that you really enjoy.
I've kind of recently discovered that the type of game that I like to play on my own, just entirely by myself, solo game, it's more puzzle mystery type of games. Recently, I finished playing, I think the game was called Astoria, and it was just this story of this little girl that wanted to be a writer, and so you kind of had to figure out how to do a couple of different strategies and things like that. Call of the Sea was... It was a really good puzzle game. Some of the puzzles were really difficult to figure out, and the end of the game had me sobbing on the couch hysterically. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're into that sort of game, you should go play it. The one that I'm really into right now, though, is Ori, Will of the Wisps. It's a cute little game, and it's definitely a little bit of puzzle and strategy involved in it. It can be pretty difficult. It's fun, and it's just a fun little game that you have to figure out the strategy. You have to learn new skills.
I have always been into shooters, Call of Duty, Battlefield, all those styles of games. But the point that really drew me into those games was the social aspect of it. In recent years, you're going to hate me for this, but I play a lot of Fortnite. I know, you can boo. It's okay. Just because it has kind of a social aspect to it. But I do have a lot of friends that play. Again, you can only squad up with 4 people, so it's kind of annoying because there'll sometimes be a 4th, 5th, or 6th person that wants to join. We're stuck with that cap. But recently, I have rediscovered my love for games like RuneScape and Warband. If you've never heard of this game, it's Mountain Blade Warband. Another great expansion for it is Fire and Sword. It is a game where you have to take your character. You start off as one single guy, and you have to build your renown and your honor with everyone and all these kingdoms, and you have to pick which kingdom you want to fight for, which kingdoms you want to fight against, looting villages, trading, keeping up your money, building your military, building strong units, and slowly the goal of the game is that you just take over the whole map. So it's like this really drop down version of like a Civilization style game, but you are that single unit. What would be our favorite style of game that we play? Minecraft.
Yeah.
They're booing again.
Yep.
I know.
Yep. I feel that one.
Yep. Oh god.
Okay, here's the thing. We really like the whole kind of like open world, like building creative concept that Minecraft has. Plus, with Minecraft, that is like the one game we found that we can play with like all of our friends all at once, and it's not just limited to 4 people. For that reason, if I were to be completely honest, at this moment in time, I wouldn't rank it as my number 1 game that I enjoy right now. It's the game that we always come back to. It's the game we can play with all of our friends. It's the game that, honestly, for me, it got me into video games to begin with. It was the first game that I played. And so for that reason, like, I have to rank it as number 1 overall.
Something like Astroneer, which we just found, is also a game. Unfortunately, you can only have 4 people. Minecraft really does seem to be the only one where we can have 8 to 10 people on a realm. There's a lot of other games don't allow you to have that exploratory experience with your friends. You are limited in who you're able to interact with, which limits the capacity that we can connect with that game, because we can't build stories on that game. We have to experience the game just for what it is. We can't build our own story into it. Astroneer is one of those games where we can explore and build your own story into it, and it makes it personal. Like, you want to go back and keep playing because that's your thing you put energy into. It's not something you consumed, it's something you invested in.
Yeah, Astroneer is definitely a very similar concept to Minecraft in the sense that, like, you have to craft all of these different things. You have to, like, slowly expand your base and everything so that you can go and explore more of the world. But then also, one thing I really like is, like, you can actually go to different planets on Astroneer. Or in Astroneer. And you can explore different worlds and things like that. And you have to collect all of these resources in order to make more things. It's a lot of fun. I just wish that we could have more people playing it.
Honestly, when it comes down to it, what we're looking for in games is strategy, something to compel our mind to think, or somehow a means for us to interact with the friends that are around us. Hey, before we end the video, can we show you guys something really cool? We got our first fan mail.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Maddie. This is amazing. Yes. This is the cutest thing ever. And one day when we redo our studio, this is going to have a prominent spot in it because this is our first fan mail.
Yes.
Ever. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. It really does help us out. It lets us know that you enjoyed the video when you guys watch it all the way through, when you share it with your friends. Anything you want to say to the world?
I took a sip of my peppermint mocha coffee and it splashed and hit my nose.
Never forget those words. Bye!